Magandang araw po. Kami po ang Group 5 at ang napili naming bansa ay ang bansang Brazil. Kaunting kaalaman lang po about sa bansang Brazil. Ang bansang Brazil ay mayroong 160 million inhabitants. Ito po ay ang may pinakamalaking populasyon sa Latin America. At rank 6 po siya sa buong mundo. So mostly po, ang mga nakatira doon ay nakatira sa South Central area, which is nasa Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and Belo Horizonte. So mabilis po ang kanilang population growth. Noong 1991, 75% po ang nadagdag sa total population. So dahil din po sa mabilis na rapid growth nila, ay nakatulong po ito sa kanilang ekonomiya. At dahil din po nagkaroon na sila ng problema in terms of social, environmental, and also political problems. At susunod naman po ang mga research namin for policies about sa Brazil.
What is the notion of struggling education system in Brazil? With extreme rate of income inequality and poverty. Brazil education system is used by many as the solution to the country woes. In 2020, 4.1 million people in Brazil live under the international poverty line, rating in Brazil is score of 49.9 in terms of income inequality, with a higher score indicating greater inequality. Just like Pilipinas, education in Brazil is not accessible for everyone. Yun lang po ang nakakapag-aral like mga elementary or yung mga mayayaman. Madaming tao ang hindi nakapag-aral dahil sa mas inuuna nilang magtrabaho at bayaran yung pangangailangan sa pang-araw-araw kagaya ng bahay nila na tinutuloy nila pagkain. Inuuna nila yon rather than sa pag-aaral. At kaya gumawa ng mga batas na nakakatulong o makatulong upang matulungan ang mga batang hindi nakapag-aral sa Brazil. Nakipag-cooperate sila sa World Bank, tumulong ang World Bank para tulungan ang education system ng Brazil. Dahil sa situasyong iyon ay nabigyan ng mga karabatang makapag-aral or makapag-access ng education ng mga batang na nangarap makapag-aral at makapagtapos. Under the national priorities and following under guidelines establishment of the United Nations or CDG or Sustainable Development Goals of the country, nag-focus sila sa education project on promoting and facilitating the generation and knowledge exchange and to monitor measure the progress of action in the fulfillment of the right of education using the theory of change. Doon po yung Brazil government gumawa ng mga paraan, partnership, umutang, para mabigyan lang ng karapatan ang mga batang nangangarap makapagtapos. Dahil sa babang equality system na meron sila kagaya ng Pilipinas na sa mahirap makapag-aral dahil mahal po ang tuition. So doon po gumawa po sila ng mga batas na makakatulong para makapag-aral lamang ang mga bata sa Brazil. Brazil focus on creating partnership between public and private entities encompassing civil society, media, and private sector on ensuring quality education access to all Brazilian children regardless of their strata, pinanggalingan, tradisyon, kultura, and even sa kanilang social status.
Next po is, how would Brazil express their support to gender equality and agree with reducing inequalities? To answer this question is, sinuportahan ng Brazil yung gender equality by promoting equal rights sa pamamagitan ng pag-aaral. Ginawa nila yun para ma-enjoy ng bawat isa sa kanila yung opportunities na maaari nilang matanggap, lalo na ng mga babae. And para din magkaroon sila ng unity darating ng araw. Also, isa din sa dahilan kung bakit nila ito pinopromote or sinusuportahan is para mabawasan yung bilang ng women's violence sa kanilang bansa. Noong mga nakaraang taon kasi, isa yung Brazil sa mga bansa na may highest level of violence against women. Kaya para maprotektahan ng mga kababaihan is mas pinili na suportahan ng gender equality sa kanilang bansa.
In what ways have Brazil's economic policies affected the employment rates? First is job creation. In the first half of 2024, Brazil created 1.3 million formal jobs, indicating strong economic growth. In June, there were 201,705 new jobs. This means that Brazil's economy is doing well, as it was able to create 1.3 million formal jobs in just the half of the year. The specific figure of 201,705 new jobs in June shows that this trend of job creation is ongoing and significant, reflecting a recovering or growing economy. Second is policy implications. The expansion in job reflects the strategy of new administration and the importance of aligning monetary policy with economic needs. This job expansion aligns with the new administration strategies, emphasizing the needs of effective economic policies. It indicates the successful job creation depends on both government action and market conditions. Third is job growth targets. The goal of creating 2 million more jobs by the end of 2024 shows that the administration's ambition to continue this positive trend. It underscores the importance of having supportive economic policies that can help achieve such targets.
How can Brazil sort the different parts of their healthcare system? So, nahati sa two sector ang healthcare system sa Brazil. They both have public healthcare and private healthcare. The first one is funded tax. So, sa public healthcare system nila, we have here funded tax revenue, meaning it was funded po or pinupondohan po sila through taxes or contribution by their state or municipal government. Number 2, delivery of care handled by municipalities or state. Right here naman po, meaning for people na walang kakayahan na pumunta ng ospital, their municipality or state also provide a public health check or yung mga medical mission provided for the yung mga hindi kayang pumunta ng ospital for free. Number 3, access fee to resident and visitors in Brazil. As long as they had required care or emergency, it will be provided po sa kanila ng free and no charge at all by SUS. Sa Brazil kasi, they believe that health is a constitutional right. That's why they ginawa nila yung unified healthcare system nila. Dito, the taxes cover all of their expenses and they no need to pay anything at all. No application process needed, no cost sharing. Nearly 25% of Brazilians has health insurance. So since sa Brazil, almost half of their population is low to middle job salary, mostly of their population is kumukuha ng private healthcare insurance. Since they want ng mas magandang service but still low paying the private hospital, and for mamamayan na may options na pumili sa pagitan ng serbisyong pampubliko at pribado na ospital. Thank you.
What are the possible outcomes of mitigating poverty and improving the resilience and restoring opportunity in Brazil? First dito is yung reverse years of poverty, which is through over the years napapababa yung chances ng poverty sa isang bansa. Sustainability at risk policy reforms. Kung saan naisa sa pabatas ng Brazil yung pagtulong sa mga mahihirap. Next is yung sa World Bank and alleviate poverty, which is yung napapalesen or napapamitigate yung kahirapan sa isang bansa. then investors can bring economic growth. Dahil dito na-attract yung mga investors na pumasok sa Brazil at mag-promote ng mga oportunidad para sa mga mamamayan doon. And next is yung sa citizen come together to reduce crimes. So, through opportunity, through jobs, napapanatili ng Brazil na mapababa yung mga crime rate dahil sa magandang oportunidad doon.
So, I want to discuss about the potential impact of not having the learning, placing, and skills back on the right track policy in Brazil. So, without this policy, we might see more inequalities in education, lalong-lalo na din sa mga may malalayong lugar. And mas lalo sila mag-struggle na makakuha ng magandang edukasyon. So, this could lead a bigger gap between skills students have and what employers need. So, yung result nito is magtataas yung chance na tumaas yung dropout rates ng mga estudyanteng umaalis sa school na hindi tinatapos. Additionally, there would be less access to vocational training which helps students learn. So, specific jobs, this lack of training could slow down the Brazil economic growth because businesses may find it hard to find qualified workers. And yung last nito is all of this could deepen social inequalities, making it harder for people to improve their lives. In short, without this policy, we risk creating a cycle of disadvantage that affects not just individuals but entire